Hello everyone. Today we're doing a video on how to create a network on Google Cloud. So the network is one of the key features of using Google Cloud. It is essentially your basis of where you can host your VMs, your applications, and all your servers that you wish to test and use in a production environment. So it's always good to start with a network. Now, if we go here, you can see that Google Cloud will essentially give you a default network by the moment you start up Google Cloud. It will have all the subnets included inside. So you can use all the subnets which is already shown for you within Google Cloud. It's probably not always the best way of doing things. It's probably better that you create your own VPC network defined with your own IP addresses. So I'm going to show you two ways you can do that. So obviously this is the first VPC default network, which has got all the subnets listed there. I'm now going to create my own separate network. So let me just go here. I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to do it firstly by the GUI. We've got another one here, Reading Coast, which I created earlier. So let's create a new one. And I'm just going to call it, give it a name here. Let's do it Film Show. That's the name of the network. Network to host my new film business. Okay. My business, so it's in subnet. So I'm going to create a new subnet. So a subnet will be a portion of your network which is located in a certain part of the world. So if I'm in the UK, I could call it the London branch. So let me just take that out there. Let me go down here, then new subnet. I'm going to call it London branch. And then it's asked me which region will the London branch be, as opposed to as according to Google Cloud's regionalized locations. Where I strongly recommend is to go to this link here. You can toggle between the different continents of the world. So I'm going to go to Europe here, and I've got London, which is Europe West 2, and so Europe, London, West 2 will be the region I can use here. So Europe, West 2. Right, London branch. And then I can use a network or subnet configuration as per my preference. So in this case, I'm going to have only a small environment. So I'm going to do 192.168, and I'll put 90.0/24. Okay, and the rest, you can have firewall rules. You can do the firewall rules. So if you want to have ICMP between the different machines within that network, you can select that. 3389, that's for SSH from your personal machine into your network. So you can select that. So I can select those two if I wish as well. So I'll go for that one, and I'll go for the SSMP, ICMP. So now let's create that. Okay, so that seems to be created correctly. Under VPC networks, we have film show appearing, and if we go into subnets, we will see the subnet being made available. So that's great. So now with that, with film show, we can now jump into, so if I duplicate that, I can now create a new VM which can be situated within that film show network. So I would just go into the hamburger menu here. go down to, let's just get that, go to computer engine. VM instances. I can go to create an instance. So it will load up shortly. And then what you need to do here, let's use the same region, US West 2 for London, as we did in our network. US West 2, there it is, London. And then if we go down to here, we need to find US West 2 is fine. That is good. We need to go down to networking. Go to the tab here. And then, let's just wait for that. And then eventually you can toggle between the networks which have already been pre-created, and I'll pick my film show. It will pick up the London branch subnet. I can leave the rest there. This is just an example to show how the VM will be created within that network. And just give it a minute or two, and then you should see the VM appearing within that network. And there you are, you have a VM now created in the new network, as shown on the right hand side, network film show. Good. So now we're going to look at option 2, which is, I think, is a little bit more interesting. So I've got a little diagram here which I can show you. So we've got a network called Adam Pizzas, obviously going to be selling pizzas. And then we're going to have two networks defined within that, under that network, two subnets under that network. So we're going to have a London branch, and we're going to have one in Germany in Frankfurt. So now, instead of doing it by the GUI, I could do it in a very interesting way using the Cloud Shell, and there's a set of commands which we can use to do that. So let me just go open up the Cloud Shell. I've got the Cloud Shell open now, so let's get that working. So the first thing I want to do here, if we just go back to the diagram, I want to create a network called Adam Pizzas, and then I want to create the two subnets part of that network. So this is the way I will do it as per the Google Cloud command. So you want to do gcloud compute networks create Adam Pizzas. That's the name of the network. So I'm just going to authorize that. Okay, so we've got confirmation that that network has now been created with the name Adam Pizzas. So I'm just going to do a clear here just to gain a bit more space. So now we want to create the individual subnets which comprises of that network. So I'm going to start with London first. So I'm going to do gcloud compute networks. Now I'm going to use the keyword subnets, create, and I'm going to give that subnet a name. So I'm going to call it London subnet. Okay. And then I'm going to tell it which network it's supposed to be in. So network equals Adam Pizzas. Then I'm going to pick the region equals. Now I'm going to, if we just quickly toggle over here, we said London is in Europe West 2. So we're just going to use the same command exactly as that. Europe West 2. So that's great. And then the range which we've got for London, if we can just have a quick look. Again, we said the range is 2.0. So that's going to be the IP range of our subnet. So simply as we just go range equals 192.168.2.0/24. So we can add that in. Okay, so that's now been added successfully. And now just to quicken it up, I will just hit the up arrow on my keyboard. It will repeat the last command, and I'm just going to modify it. So what we can do here, if I look at Frankfurt, is 3.0. That's going to be using the network 3.0. So I'll just go there. It's in West 3, Frankfurt is. And then we can just go scroll through the back. It's still in the same network, and this time we're going to call it Frankfurt. Keep the same name naming convention. Do Frankfurt like that. Let's do that. Enter that, and there we have it. We've got now Frankfurt added. So now if we just hop over to our, we'll go to over to our network. So VPC networks. And now we can see we've got Adam Pizzas. And if I just double click in there, got Adam Pizzas, we've got, and we've added 2 additional subnets here, as well as the default ones, but you can use those ones and delete the rest ones as you wish. So, and now you can do the same thing here, create a new VM and choose your network as per with Adam Pizzas. So that's just a brief video on how to create a network on Google Cloud. 2 methods. That, think of it as a pizza. That's your base, and then everything else adds on top of it. Your networks, your servers, your firewalls. So you need the VPC network as your base in the very first part of using Google Cloud. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please subscribe, and if you want any more videos, please make a comment, and I'll try to make a video as per your requests. Thank you very much, and have a good day.